Hello and happy Halloween. I'm the remains of James Preston live from the depths of hell, also known as Kalkine TV's Sydney studio, and this is The Early Trades, a show where we take a look at how the morning session has panned out. So let's get started. The S&P ASX 200 is up by 0.1% this morning as the healthcare sector's 1.3% gain is offset by falls among retailers and banks. Sleep treatment business ResMed is the top performer, up 7.4% after topping analysts' forecasts thanks to strong sleep apnea device sales. Market heavyweight biotechnology company CSL is also up by 1.7%. Financial institutions Commonwealth Bank and NAB are lower, with Macquarie in a trading halt ahead of its plans to raise 1.5 billion Aussie dollars. Shares in lithium producer Vulcan Resources are down 12.7% after short seller J Capital attacked the 1.8 billion lithium explorer's claims. Let's now turn our attention to currency updates. The Australian dollar pushed towards its highest close in 4 months. The Aussie dollar climbed 0.29% to 75.4 US cents and a fifth straight gain. A stronger dollar is a headwind for exporters and a big plus for importers. Interest rates also surged late yesterday. The yield on 10-year Australian government bonds touched 1.9% for the first time since February. In terms of important data releases, September retail sales are set to be released today. Also, the private sector credit, third quarter producer price index and New Zealand October ANZ consumer confidence reports are also set to be released. There's also plenty of overseas data being released. China's Services and Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index is set for October, Japan's September industrial production, the Eurozone's third quarter GDP, US third quarter employment cost index, and September personal income and spending and Chicago Purchasing Managers Index for October will all be released. Today's AGMs include gambling and entertainment company Sky City Entertainment, household consumer product distributor GWA Group, pump and pumping equipment manufacturing company GUD, and online marketplace carsales.com. The rush to getting quarterly updates before the end of the month always produces one of the busiest days of the season. Energy company Origin Energy and nickel producer Western Areas are among the tail enders. As for the IPO listings, Cooper Metals lists at 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The miner's flagship copper gold project is at Mount Isa, and the company also has 2 early-stage projects in Western Australia. Time now for a very quick break before we take a look at newsmakers from the morning's trade and also the rest of my body. Hi there, James Preston for Kalkine TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. Kalkine's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Thursday on The Tech Beat, exclusive to Kalkine TV. Well, this pretty much sums up the last 2 years, doesn't it? It's a floating head and the apocalypse. Welcome back to the Early Trades, exclusive to Kalkine TV. Let's now take a look at newsmakers from this morning's session. Online marketplace carsales.com said in its recent AGM that it expects solid growth in adjusted revenue, EBITDA and net profit excluding the acquisitions, with stronger growth expected over the second half as Australia cycles out of lockdowns. Short seller target lithium producer Vulcan Resources has released its September quarter cash flow report showing an operating loss of £1.6 million. The engineering team has produced its first battery-quality lithium hydroxide from its pilot operations over the quarter, and the stock is due to return to trade this morning. Energy producers, including Santos and Woodside Petroleum, are in focus today after oil prices edged lower. The West Texas Intermediate crude oil price is down slightly, and the Brent crude oil price is down by 0.5% a barrel. This follows a surprise jump in US crude inventories and rising cases of COVID-19. Sydney-founded $100 billion US valuation software giant Atlassian has reported September quarter revenue up by 34%. For the quarter, it reported an accounting loss of $400 million US, including an accounting charge of $424.5 million US dollars related to the value of debt on issue. Macquarie has also hiked its first half of 2022 net profit by 107% to $2.04 billion and flagged plans to raise $1.5 billion from institutional investors at $190 per share. It will also offer a share purchase plan to retail investors of an unspecified size. Gold miners Newcrest Mining and St Barbara are ones to watch today after the gold price has been trading higher. The spot gold price is up by 0.2% an ounce, and slowing US economic growth boosted the precious metal pricing. US-focused buy now, pay later player Sezzle said underlying merchant sales climbed 101.9% in the September quarter. Income as a percentage of merchant sales fell to 6.2% versus 6.7% in the prior quarter. Sezzle shares are down 14.5% in 2021. Energy company Origin Energy said rising gas and energy prices over the September quarter boosted its performance, with Australia Pacific LNG revenue up 25% on the prior quarter and up 69% on the corresponding 2020 quarter. Shares, however, are down 0.8% to $5.08 this morning. And troubled casino operator Crown Resorts has settled a $125 million class action in the federal court without admission of liability. The company said that Crown expects to recover a significant portion of the settlement amount from its insurers, but cannot at this stage be certain about the outcome of negotiations with the insurers or the outcome of any necessary formal steps for recovery it may need to take. Small cap favourite Pointera has grown annualised contract value by 19% over the September quarter. Shares in the Bevan Slattery-backed group are volatile and have fallen 46% over the past 6 months. Its market cap is around $278 million at 41 cents apiece on Friday. Sleep treatment business ResMed has lifted its third quarter adjusted profit 20% on sales that is also up 20% in general. It said excluding the impact from COVID-19 related respirator demand in the prior quarter, its revenue grew 25%. ResMed shares are up by 7.4% this morning after it beat analysts' expectations. And lastly, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has made a major announcement, with the company officially changing its name. On Thursday, Zuckerberg announced the parent company's name is being changed to Meta to represent a future beyond just its troubled social network. The new handle comes as the social media giant tries to fend off one of its worst crises yet and pivot to its ambitions for the metaverse, which includes a virtual reality version of the internet that the tech giant sees as the future. This is part of the company's move into Web 3.0, which includes its own crypto called DM. Facebook, Instagram and WhatsApp as platforms will, however, keep their names under the rebranding. The parent company's name is the only change to occur. Well, that's all for our early morning trade commentary. Stay tuned to Kalkine TV as we have many more live shows lined up for you with updates across the economy, markets and diverse themes and sectors. Have a very happy Halloween. This is James Preston signing off for now.